What's up, and welcome back to part 3. In this one, we are going to do the break build sections. We're going to fill this out. In the first one, we did a rough draft on the drop, and then we did all this in part 2. So now in part 3, we're going to start filling it in by starting with the break and build. So what I like to do is I try to implement these basses on the build somehow, maybe even on the break. As you can see, I put the break, or not the break, I put the synths in the break. So that's fading out. So what I think I'm going to add next is going to be a subdrop. Type it in. Got my stuff organized somewhat, so this one should be the best. Turn it down. Alright, so now it's gonna and then since that has a sub bass in it, what I am going to do now is I'm going to do an auto filter on the drums, and I'm going to have them kind of high pass out and just kind of come in, so that way, you know, when it gets down to 100, the sub's already out of the way. Alright, so that sounds good for now. I might actually take out that first one. Alright, that sounded good right there. It's just the automation for some reason it was like clicking. So we have the build up, kick, and Subdrop working together. Now what I was thinking is maybe some white noise for the break, either down or a rise, we'll see, and probably turn it down some. So yeah, it sounded good. Now we're gonna have to put a riser in there. So once it comes to this build point, we know, okay, we just went down, now we're coming back up, and then, you know, the drop comes. Everyone knows how that works out. So we're gonna go to not effects, we're gonna go to risers. That one, this one actually might work. Maybe. I know this white one should work. And then if you layer it with something more on the high end, just to be underneath it, it might fill it out even more. And then what I like to do for these is just kind of have them tail out. You barely hear it fading in, so maybe one less. So it did not sound good on this one, so we'll just go back to the beginning and then cut it. So we'll keep the effects at that just for now. Like I said, we like to go bare minimum, because it's always easier to tell what to add rather than what to take away, because you're just kind of so used to all that craziness. This way you're like, okay, it's empty, I need to put something there. So just a little white. And as you can see, it's just kind of like, I am working on here, but once I figure out what goes here, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to need a little sweep over to go into every new section. So like, this one didn't sound too good right there. And then you can do the same thing for the bar repeat and then the bar out. Then some white noise. This one will actually be this one. And this is just the next section, which we will worry about later, because we're going to get this all dialed in before we go into the full structure of the song. Alright, so let's take a listen from here and just listen to it into the drop, get an idea how the song's working, and see if we need anything else to really tie in the break or build, or if the session is good right now and we're just going to call it at that. Alright, so now we're going to start putting these basses in somehow, and then I think we're good for this session. I think the break build has a good flow. We can listen through it, and as this point right now, it's sounding good, and once we get to work on everything, start doing the bass synths and stuff, we'll go back, revisit this, add, and then structure out the full song. And we'll do like a auto filter on it. I'm actually thinking something like that, maybe. So now I'm just gonna add what we added in this session to the rest of the arrangement that we have so far, and then we'll call it a session for you guys. And then you guys, again, I'll save this into the Dropbox folder for you guys to mess with and get the updated versions. Yeah, I don't know what that was about, but it is sounding good. We're going to call it a session, and I'll see you guys next week when we go into actually sound designing the synths, the bass synths,